Okay.
Yeah, we're on the same team.
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Switch over to go to the browser. Drag your mouse all the way down to the bottom. All the way. And then open up Chrome to the right, right there. Okay. It just say, what does it say on the upper? It says live. Okay, cool. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. I got one up there. I'm good. Yeah, there's a button. Give me 1 second though before you leave. I just want to make sure.
But I know we all kind of formed an affinity for each of them.
Okay, we're good. You can go and get it.
Want to start off? ChatGPT. Yeah, Claude is so good. Maybe we should start off with five then. Most organizations are talking about AI more than they're actually using it. I agree. So Faith, you mentioned y'all are switching over to Oracle. That's correct? Yes, we are. So within your current business structure, how much are you guys using AI?
So we just incorporated it. We started incorporating it. We have to do policies and stuff. In the utility space, there's a lot of red tape, and there's regulated as well. And there's
Roll. Excuse me. Are you recording this on the Teams?
No, we're not, but we can.
Can we please? Yeah.
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 Okay.
Let's record it. Cool. You see the presentation? Yeah. I changed it completely. I changed it completely. I didn't like the way it looked. Yeah, just so that timer's like live right now. Yeah, but it's built into the thing. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Go for it. Okay, perfect. So you all can hear me. We're in the networking piece right now. We'll be back on the camera in about 10 minutes. Sarah, that? Yeah, I can hear it. Can I hear the mic? Yeah. No, just on here. Yeah.
Finding files quicker, do all of that kind of stuff, and so they're still figuring out what's going to bring to the table in the long haul and help generate revenue. But I think yeah, like that we do the same thing. It's like Microsoft Copilot's embedded in everything. It helps us save time faster. But outside of that, there's not much going on.
Yeah, I just feel like we haven't reached the tip of the iceberg yet. Like we're just still.
Y'all want to hear something cool?
Yeah.
This entire presentation was designed with Claude Design. The entire presentation. So, and check out, so the timers are actually built in. So when we start talking about like using AI, this is how we can use AI to like that next level. And that's still just a little bit. So continue.
Yeah.
So to your point, I mean, even him, he's like, I'm only an expert in like what I know we're going to build.
Our processes.
Yeah.
With the jobs, they can just things towards like more that they kind of like actual working model. In other words, just to be better versus doing what we're doing already. Because it costs a lot to just get to running, especially in the server rooms and everything.
I think that the key part also is just empowering the people that believe and or that ran into the hooks of all the things that happen with the processes. That way it's not something that's just providing like fluff support, you know what I'm saying? Like it needs to come from the people that actually understand like the business and there's somebody on my team who I would say, okay, giving them the job for the steps to make sure that the process is make me a job and I'm gonna take I'm gonna go refresh my water and I'll do that. And by the time I'm back, it's done. So but it cost me properly because maybe somebody knows the right questions to ask. How you know your stuff. Hey, let's talk about it. Right? Like not make it all like you know. Oh, you don't know it. Is it possible? Is it just we don't know it? What is it? Nobody's an expert. Let's talk about it. What's keeping you from using it?
I think that a big difficulty is that you don't necessarily know what it can do for you. Like, I mean, it's out there and they say it's wonderful, but okay, what can I actually make it do? And then to number 7, how do I tell it to do what I really want it to do? How do I give it the proper instruction? I don't know it yet.
Treat it like a husband after you've been married 10 years. No. But I'll take that one. Make sure you bring that up again when we're talking, because how do we get AI, how do we make AI do what we want it to do? So just to let you all know, I created the entire slide deck in AI. Entire thing was in AI using Claude Design. So notice the timers in the middle. It took me 4 iterations of this. So I literally scrapped the entire first presentation I had. You look very familiar. I know you're from somewhere, yes. But yeah, so that's, we can make AI do so much, but we're limited by what we're able to do and how we're able to think about it and use it. So, all right, thank you for that. Yeah, keep on.
And I kept getting super annoyed. I was like, literally, y'all just submit it to ChatGPT because everyone had the same like flyer, just everyone with the same. So I'm glad like you're using it as a general thing. I just think so many people are just like, I see a flyer or whatever, and it stood out to me that everyone had the exact same flyer for everything.
And I think that as more and more people use it, they'll recognize that and it'll be a deterrent.
Yeah, it was a deterrent. I was like,
okay, there's no true substance here.
Let me interrupt real quick. How's the conversation going? Good. I'm going to introduce you all to a new term, AI slop. And when you see the same stuff, when you see the ugly slides, when you see the colors, it's AI slop. And it's just like, okay, no originality, no continuity. So AI slop. Go back. Hi. Yeah. Did y'all go honking last night?
I did, but I was going to at my house. Goodness for the installation.
Yeah, so my office is downtown. In my office, I could hear them honking 3 blocks over on Houston Street. So I'm right across from the Tobin Center. So yeah, I was able to hear it. And then I kind of tried to drive and the police had some blocked off. And then I'm like, I'm not going all the way. I got a presentation to do, you know, so.
I gotta get to bed.
Exactly. Luckily, I don't drink because I don't know how I would have done this today. So go Spurs go. How's everybody doing? Conversation going good?
I saw an interesting stat yesterday on LinkedIn. So I'm not sure what it is.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
The active people using AI on a day-to-day basis is 3.9 million.
Yeah.
Seems like a high number. It's not. It is daily digging into the chat. We're all turned off. We're getting in there.
Yeah, and that will be resolved in like 10 minutes at most. Yeah.
I'm sure it'll help eliminate a lot of like writer's block.
That's one of those things that
I don't know if it'll take over creativity. It's hard to decide like if it'll enhance just human. It's all gonna blend together. That's just I think at the end of the day, it's gonna blend. It's gonna be a little mixture of human creativity and AI. It's gonna.
I think for me it frees me up to be more creative.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I'm not the strongest writer. I can do it. And if I put a lot of energy into it, I can make a really great narrative or
Right.
document.
So far, so good.
But there are days where I have like 18 other things to do, and I'm just like I write out, I brain dump, and I tell it.
I felt that
Please
so
order. You know what I mean? And so then it frees me up. Instead of spending hours on that thing, I'm gonna go and do the other things that I have to do or that I'm good at.
Yes, like I just put out our company magazine, and so that was 22 different stories that I alone had to input the
Right.
and then put the design and put it together to send over to marketing and have them design it out.
Sure.
Then I had to go through and proofread 6 different proofs until we got our final product. And being able to
Catalina,
go into AI,
am I in the camera right here?
hey, can you check if
Okay.
this is concise? Make sure it includes this really one weird particular detail that I want to mention in there, and make sure that it flows correctly as we go throughout the article. Hey, yeah, let me check this. Okay, well, I'm gonna make this suggestion. You switch around these 2 paragraphs, and then.
All right, time. Let's quickly, everybody, make it back to their seats. Thank you so much for sharing in the group.
Thanks, y'all.
All right, time, everybody. Let's everybody make it quickly back to their. Actually, Raul has to take the picture first. Everybody make it quickly back to their stations, please.
Did any of y'all forget your phones? I have 2 phones. Oh, both of them.
Okay, this came to your home. Yeah, sure did.
Everybody else?
Yeah, you should be able to see them.
You're good. There was only one script.
That thing is amazing. That it's not the, yeah. I just don't need one more toy.
Yes.
I-
It's nice. There's no other apps on it.
Exactly. Yep. All right. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We are back. We are back. Bring it back in. Bring it back in. All right. So everybody got a chance to share. We're going to hopefully do this. It's going to be kind of cool if we can get them from the other room to hear us. So they're going to share next. Let's go and start the. Oh, he already started. All right. Cool. All right. So let's share. First table. What did you all come up with? Give me a quick synopsis of what you all talked about in your thoughts.
I can share.
Okay.
So we did number 5.
Your name is?
My name is Jordan.
Jordan. Thank you, Jordan.
So we talked about most organizations are talking about AI.
Okay.
And they're actually using it well. And then we kind of actually bled into number 4. But we did talk about this. Like when AI came out, it was a lot of hoopla and people wanted to get on the train. A lot of businesses and CEOs are like, we have to implement this as soon as possible. But then a lot realized that their data was not very good or governed very well or was manipulated. And so a lot of companies have taken a step back and have to kind of bring in a data governance team to set that up to make sure the data's doing well.
Correct.
And so they're also at a point too where I think a lot of companies are thinking about what's the value of AI. And I think a lot of companies are using it for, we talked about productivity, creativity, but they're figuring out how is it going to help generate revenue for the company, save us time, um, you know, contain profit leaks, and I think a lot of companies are still kind of stuck on what
Yeah.
that looks like.
I think that's the big piece that you said, generate revenue for the company.
Yeah.
I'm going to push that a little bit further and we'll go to the next table. What about generate revenue for yourselves? I'm not saying leave your company. I'm not saying quit, but think about also because somebody has to take care of you, right? Thanks. Thanks for sharing. Next table. Anybody, come on.
We went to the number 6.
Okay, and number 6 was?
AI will widen the gap between strong leaders and weak leaders.
Ooh, AI
Yeah.
will strengthen the gap between strong leaders and weak leaders.
Yeah. So
Okay, talk to me.
we talked about.
Oh, your name is?
I'm Zaire Mejias.
Zaire.
PWC.
Beautiful name.
Thank you. So what we talked about basically is the distinction of how people use it. So there's some leaders that have been kind of like gatekeepers of knowledge
Mm-hmm.
and trying to be the go-to person
Right.
versus, in my opinion, you know, the empowering ones. You want to empower your
Mm-hmm.
team and make sure that you know they have all the knowledge and all the tools to be successful. And that's how you drive. Oops, got excited. You drive, you know, efficiency,
Leadership.
Leadership.
Yeah.
That's where the strong leader comes from.
Okay,
So
awesome.
I think AI will highlight on that.
It will. You know how you want to beat somebody who is gatekeeping something? Go to YouTube. Type in YouTube, learn on. It's there, right? You were just at the Google conference. Everything that we want to know right now is online. You're going to have the people that do, and you're going to have the people that don't, you're going to have the people that talk about it, right? I'm the do and the talk about, right? And it took me a long time to get to this place, but I am the do and I talk about because there are people out here, half of our age, younger, doing this. How do we make it, well, and we'll get to the whole making lots of money thing. You know, I just created this AI bot that makes me $10,000 a month, but it came out 2 days ago. There's hype. There's a lot of hype in here. So we'll demystify that hype as well.
I'll just add on to that, just the fact that it's supposed to be a tool, not a crutch.
Correct.
And the ones who get distinct that will really become the strong leaders. Because
Very true.
the ones who built a whole career off of it aren't going to really have much of a leg to stand on.
Very true. All right.
Things come up.
Next table, please. Thank you, sir. Aiden, is that correct?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry, Michelle. My name is Dulce Wendy, and we are our team over here. We actually went to 3 different because we're overachievers.
Okay, got to pick one. Got to pick one.
But real quick, so the first thing was AI will replace more jobs than it creates.
Okay.
We already are seeing this. We have nonprofits, City of San Antonio, banking, and most organizations are talking about AI more than they're actually using it.
Okay.
So some of the questions or some of the discussion was that yes, we know AI exists, but maybe we're not being trained. So there's a lack of training. There's a lack of knowledge, like Saeed was saying. And I always say that AI will replace people that don't know about AI.
Correct.
And it is a tool that you need to use for your
Okay.
advantage.
Perfect.
And organizations that ignore AI today will struggle to stay relevant tomorrow, for sure.
Understood. Okay, if you can hear my voice out there, I think they can. It's actually pretty damn cool that you can hear me and it's crystal clear. So could you all come off of mute in the breakout area and actually share one thing that you all talked about?
Hi. Am I too loud?
No, not at all.
All right. Can we have this group over here, those tables, if you want to report out your question that you talked about?
Yes. Can you hear me well?
Yes, we got you. We can hear you. Loud and clear. No, we got you. We got you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so our question was, will AI create the need for human creativity as we go on or not? And our consensus at the table was that AI will increase the need for human creativity as the execution piece of AI gets better and better, as humans will need to be more creative with our work in order to achieve, more nuanced and original ideas. So we were talking about the next generation and what they'll need to, think about in terms of their career. And creativity is probably the key in terms of what you need to make yourself to, have to stand out. In addition to leadership and human
Okay, awesome. So we're a little tight on time, so we'll just take that one share and we'll bring it back inside. Okay, so last table. Oh, that was you all. Okay, so the one back behind them.
We split out in there.
So is that, let's give us one that you all talked about real quick.
It was the creativity.
It was a creativity one? Okay, perfect.
There were different prompts for each table.
Yeah, everybody had different prompts that they could pick out of 10. Okay, perfect. Then before we like literally jump into this, is there any question or one question that you have on your mind that you want covered? This is not going to be a stats training, by the way. This is not going to be an AI taking your job. We're going to do some real, I might as well say, we're going to do some real shit, right? We're actually going to go into AI, right? We're going to see what's in your refrigerator and how can you turn that in the menu. Yeah, see? So some people are doing it already. She's like, I have eggs and Spam. What can I make? You know, so. Spam the soupy, baby. Right. All right. There we go. Oh. No, we're good. Uno más. The arrow. There we are. Okay, so who am I? I am Gylan Jackson. I want to know how to say my name? Nylon, but with the G. Gylan Jackson. There are 3 people in here that know me intimately, and I'm intimately meaning like we're close friends. And so they will attest that this is me. I'm a multi-potentialite, much like Nina, who's sitting in front of me here. I excel at doing a lot of different things, right? So I'm 53 years old. I've had a computer in front of me since I was 7 years old. You might be the only person close. But I was actually lucky enough to have a Texas Instruments computer. Remember the calculators, TI calculators? I actually had one of the first computers. My mother but she gave presentations at, I think it was Kmart. And if you all remember Kmart. And when she gave the presentations, she was in between work. When she gave the presentations to sell computers, she brought a computer home. So at 7 years old, I started playing with computers. Now, I'm not your classical coder. I don't know a lot of AI. I know enough to be dangerous. I know enough to break something and then stay up all night long to fix it, right? So many curiosities, one mission. I move between disciplines for a living. Literally, that's what I do. My main malfunction right now is I own a podcast production studio. So I actually produce other people's podcasts. Nina, have you ever been on a podcast I produce? Leroy, have you ever been on a podcast I produce? I do a damn good job. However, I also see how important AI is to what I'm doing and to what other people are doing. I'm an idea architect. I see things that other people don't see. You give me a business idea, I can walk you through how to do it, how to use AI, websites, SEO, social media, all of it. Ultimately, I'm a digital media specialist. Now, one of the things I want to say is that the future is in the room right now. We need compassionate, honest, visionary leaders, right? We're in a world where people are, what's going to happen with my job? What's going to happen tomorrow? What crazy news am I going to have? We get to dig into that. We get to go deep, and we get to connect with one another because it's not as easy to connect. Everybody went through COVID, right? That was crazy. Some people 2 years of never seeing anybody before. My intern went through COVID. How old were you? 13 years old when she went through it, right? We've had conversations. So I bring that up because I want everybody to realize how special you all are. And I truly mean this. I love each and every one of you. In this room, sitting before me, are the leaders, are the visionaries. You took the time out of your day to come in and listen to somebody you didn't know speak. When did you realize I was going to be here? When you walked in. It's the most beautiful thing that we can do is love one another and connect. And that's what I hope we can do today, even if we use the technology. One more thing. I finally figured out what my art is. My art is the love for technology and being able to manipulate it to do the things that I want and I needed to do to make me money and to make other people happy. I was in a leadership course, personal development leadership course. I created a song, right, for 60 people. That song still lives. I can't write a song. Lord knows I can't sing, right? But I created this song and it brought people together. And I hope sparked curiosity on what they can write, not necessarily use AI, but maybe that could spark something in them. That's how I use technology. So that's me. I'm Gylan Jackson. I don't need clapping. Thank you, though. All right, let's jump into it.
Your name?
Yeah. Gylon, like nylon, but with a G.
Are you a PWC member?
No, I was holding up a sign. I was actually honking last night, and they said, hey, do you want to? No, I'm not a PWC employee. I have my own business. It's called VOD Pod Media. And again, basically right now, podcast production with AI consultation. Did that answer your question?
Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, yeah. I'm adding you on LinkedIn.
All right. Thank you. There's good. I told you, don't Google me. All right. It's time to trade the chessboard for the pickleball court. Chess is methodical, 12 moves ahead, 5 years of planning, right? That's the traditional way that business is been run. Everybody ever see the dot races at the Spurs game? Right? There's going to be a lot of Spurs references tonight, trust me, today. The dot races. Right now what we're in is we're in a damn dot race with AI. Claude one day, ChatGPT the next day, Perplexity the next day. And so if you're not aware of what's going on, you're playing chess. We need people to play pickleball, okay? So you got to be on your tiptoes, build, test, erase, rebuild. Build, test, erase, rebuild. Like this presentation? This is the third one that I did in 3 days, right? This actually was done by Claude Design. I took all my notes, all my brain dump, and I threw it in here. And this is what I got. Exceptional. We were going through it before, and there was an error in the spelling. You're going to notice maybe 1 or 2 little errors in there. But I want to show you also the AI, of course, like we are not perfect, right? So chessboard, cool. Pickleball court, better. You gotta stay relevant. Anybody disagree with that? Talk to me.
It sounds like it's going from a very proactive approach to a very reactive approach. How is it possible to stay proactive when things are changing so fast?
Stay on your tiptoes.
That's very reactive.
No. If I'm here, I'm waiting for you to come at me. I'm proactive. Okay. Reactive is me moving back. Is Wimby reactive or proactive?
I don't want basketball.
Oh my goodness. Are you a soccer fan?
Yes.
In soccer, if you're on, the best type of soccer that I like to watch is when they're on the offense, right? They're not being defense. They're on the offense. Defense is beautiful in soccer, but they're on offense. So offense is moving forward, is staying relevant, right? I'm not saying that chess is not. I'm just saying it's a different way of thinking and shifting the mindset about where we get to go, okay? All right. How many people think AI really knows you? Okay. It feels that way sometimes, right? Who has their phone that can go on their AI right now? Whether you use Perplexity, ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever you use. Grab your phone real quick, get to the app. Whatever you want. He has a name.
His name is Chad, and then my co-pilot, that's Coco.
You need to get out. Not out of here. You just need to get out more. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at what an ikigai is. An ikigai is a reason for being, what you love, what you're good at, and what the world needs, and what you can be paid for that overlaps and all these things. So in your, whatever one you use, type in, what is my ikigi? And that's I-K-I-G-A-I. So we're doing this. And what's going to come back is unbelievable. Ikigi. I-K-I-G-A-I.
What's the results?
This is so creepy.
Okay. So Miss Dating Chad over here, the AI. What is your name? Brooke. Okay. So Brooke did, what is my ikigai? See, look, and people are starting to freak out now. They're like, holy, well, this is weird.
Okay, but mind you, I do
No, just read what it is.
everything.
Just read what it is.
Okay. It says
You need to go out on dates more and stop. No, my husband needs to take me out on dates more.
you can tell them that.
Okay, all right.
It says helping people in organizations communicate clearly and confidently while keeping things polished, strategic, and human. I work in PR and I run a podcast, so that is
There you go.
right on point.
What did yours say?
It says, from what I know about you so far, there are already some strong clues. You're focused on family, meaningful moments, you're working on self-improvement, you're building financial independence, and you like things to be practical, structured, and useful. All very accurate. You create stability, guidance, and memorable experiences for the people around you, especially your family, while steadily improving your own life.
Is that legit?
That's legit.
Okay. Who else wants to share?
Mine gave me like a long list of bullet points.
Duh. Are you on Claude?
No, I'm on chat.
Okay.
That's where most of my data.
Do they let's go all the way back up to the top, and what does it say is your synopsis statement up there? It doesn't? So what are your bullet points? Give me a couple of your bullet points.
So from everything I know about you, here are your strongest signals. 1, what you love, storytelling, human connection, emotional depth, movement, art, music, expression, curiosity-driven conversations.
And is that who you are?
It's part of who I am.
Right, 100%. 100% part. But everything I know about you, that's right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like 2, 3, 4, and then it's asking me to answer questions.
Right, so yours is a little bit different. Everybody's going to ring a little bit different, and it's probably how you actually speak to AI in the beginning. Anybody out in the breakout room want to share? They're running up there now, pressing the button. All right, well.
I'm here. We have someone.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay, so mine says, being the architect behind the scenes who makes businesses actually work operationally, financially, and cross-functionally while elevating the people inside them.
Is that accurate? Is that accurate?
Spot on,
Yep.
Yeah. Spot on.
So when I say AI knows you, that's what I mean. Yeah. Right? For a lot of people, and I would say yours is spot on. Now all the other pieces, not too sure about, right? Mm-hmm. Mine is spot on for me. Anybody in the back want to share? Yes, ma'am. You also have amazing shoes on. Those red shoes are fire, by the way.
Make sure to share with Claude.
Yeah, right.
So I did Claude, and it says synthesize to protect people through system structure and care, whether at the compliance desk or at the kitchen table.
And how does that feel? It's spot on, right? Are you good? You're good. So AI knows you, right? And I know it's weird to say it. I know people are like, what? AI doesn't know me? That's not, no, yeah. Because of how much time we spend within AI, right? The questions that we ask it, the things that we do, the way that we behave, the way that we talk to people is an extension of who we are. That doesn't change because you sit in front of a computer and start typing something out. When you send an email out, if you're an ass in your email, I guarantee you're an ass or somebody's going to figure it out pretty soon, right? Now, I've never seen AI tell somebody you're an ass, but that is a real possibility in a lot of ways. So they can say you're curt, you're mean, you lack patience. Those are the type of things sometimes. So that's what I wanted to show you all is AI does know you. And there's a lot of different ways that you can use this, all right? Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, people. So now this is where the rubber meets the road. Do y'all want to talk about stats, or do you want to see what AI can actually do? All right. How many people have been to AI training so far? Wow, really? So you all are just really learning on your own. What about within companies when they're implementing it? Are they giving you any training or anything?
They're not implementing it. That is the problem, right?
Yeah. And so they throw you all on Copilot or a chatbot and say, here, let's go.
Literally.
That's it.
Enterprise model, Copilot.
Yeah. Okay. Really interesting. Really interesting. I did not know that because the stats show that 93% of people are using AI. That's not a real stat because you've been using AI at least since 2000. Right? On your phone, Siri, those things have been hitting up AI in the background, right? Grammarly, exactly. Huh?
Recommendations on videos.
Exactly. Those are forms of AI. We're just getting more into the generative part and the part where it's cheap enough for us to use it, right? Okay, so we're going to talk and see what AI can do. All right, Leroy. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to build a layout. This is one of the things we're going to do. I think I got 5 things that we're going to do today. Okay, and ask questions. By the way, this is AI. The prompts aren't going to be perfect. The output's not going to be perfect. I'm just showing you the possibilities. Okay, so I'm going to use Google Stitch. Anybody familiar with Google Stitch? Okay. What Google Stitch does is you're able to put in a prompt on Google Stitch, and it will give you the layout for a website, for a presentation, for a web app, whatever you want, right? Now, it gives you the layout. It doesn't give you the coding and everything else, but it gives you the layout. So let's go to Google Stitch. I think the lag's because of the room. Okay, so this is Google Stitch. I spend a lot of money, by the way, on a monthly basis on these tools. So what I want to do is I'm going to create the outline for a habit tracker, a journal, and a life log all in one. Text input or audio tracks what I accomplish daily. I'm going to give that to it, and it's going to come back with a layout for an app that resembles what we did. Okay? My buddy Leroy said, did you test this out? Nah, that'd be too easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit this up button right here. And it's going to start generating. Now, it's going to take a few minutes. So what we're going to do is we can go back to the presentation.
So Google Stitch creates a layout?
Creates the entire layout. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, this is cool. The promotion playbook. How many people want a promotion? Right? How many people, when they sit down for their quarterly review, don't always understand what they need to say or how they can massage the situation to get and explain what they're actually doing? Right? That's a real challenge. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to use Google AI Studio. Now, noticing I'm using a lot of Google, not a lot of Claude. Because only within the past 2 months has Claude come up with the really cool things that Google's been doing for the last 6 months, right? Oh, by the way, whole thing was created in Claude code, or Claude code design. I think I said that already. I'm so proud of myself. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned that you spend a lot of money in these tools. So all that you're teaching us is membership-based?
Some of them are membership-based. Some of them are free. Google has a lot of free tiers on their things. But what happens with a lot of these companies, you run into the limits really, really quickly, right? Because you don't understand how to prompt. You go, I want to move this over, so I want to change the word and you're like, change the word and it doesn't change it. Change the word and it changes the other word and. Change the word and it changes. So once you understand how to use the tools, I recommend, and I'll let you know in a second, how to get by some of this stuff and how to actually be able to afford some of these things. Okay? So this is the promotion playbook. What's the problem? Talking to leadership. What's the fix? Prompt AI to track your wins in real time. And what's the win? Communicate with confidence, right? So if you could create an app where you typed in on a daily basis what you did, and then it summarizes it weekly, summarizes monthly, and your quarterly review, it spits out this beautiful thing. That would be beneficial to you, right? You can do that now with AI. So we're going to do this prompt in Google AI Studio. All right. So this is create a journal that lets me log what I do daily, weekly, extract highlights, and email them to me. Monthly complete and tell me of any trends. Quarterly compile a review that I can discuss with my manager. Keep it functional, mobile responsive, ensure the data privacy and security is paramount. We're going to build it. Now, this is the one that could be a little bit buggy because sometimes it wants you to initiate a backend or a database. We'll get there in a second, though. Okay? So let's go to the next slide. This is Gemini now? This is Google AI Studio. Yeah, no worries. So Google AI Studio is a chatbot. So Gemini, anybody familiar with Gemini? Mm-hmm. All right. Maybe I should have started there. That's the interesting piece. So Gemini is a chatbot. Google AI Studio is kind of like what they're, all the data that we've been putting to it, it's saying, hey, we have this studio that can now build out a prototype app for you. And that's what Google AI Studio does, among other things, right? Is it not letting you go? Okay, no worries. All right, find anyone, anywhere. I'm a pretty cool speaker, I like to think. But what if we needed to find 30 of me? Anybody ever use Perplexity? Okay. Great question. And by the way, all these notes will be sent to you, right? I have something on right now that's called a pendant. This records everything that I'm doing, all my conversations with somebody. It picks up the names, the telephone numbers, everything. And guess what it does? It gives me a synopsis later on of everything I talked about throughout the day. And I can ask you questions, right? With subscription, everything else for the year, I think it was $3.99. My client, who's a doctor, got it for me. Now, the good thing is it's amazing. The bad thing is it runs out of battery. The good thing is it's amazing. The bad thing is I'll leave my house and forget to put it on. Right? So, the good thing is it's amazing. The bad thing is Microsoft purchased it and it's not going to be active after about 8 months. There's a lot of other ones that started coming to the place, but they were first to the marketplace, so so they were acquired by Microsoft. Yeah, I know, right? Use Copilot, right? Okay. Huh? See, somebody Googled me. Yes. Oh, shit. Okay. You know what's really funny? Is I don't even know how I don't know if it actually went out to the internet and saw that, because I lived in Houston until I was 15, but it's funny that we puts Houston up there. And I did see that. It's weird. I don't know why, but anyway. Okay, so find anyone, anywhere. So we're going to go to Perplexity. Oh, so what is Perplexity? Perplexity was one of the first tools, or the first tool that came out that was commercially available that did what's called deep research. So what Perplexity does, you give it a prompt, you make sure this says deep research right here, and then you hit go, and it thinks, theoretically, for about 5 or 10 minutes. It brings you back what you asked for, but what does it do? It gives you citations. So you know when you're in an argument with somebody, this is how you do it, this is how you do it, this is how you do it. It goes back and it gives you all the links where it found all the data, right? Now, Google does it now, Claude does it now, but Perplexity was one of the first ones to do it. Okay, so right now, searching the web for Texas motivational speakers, it gives you a breakdown of what it's doing, and you can use multiple models. So I can use Gemini in here, I can use Claude in here, I can use different ones, okay? Next slide. All right. What's in your fridge? In my fridge, I have cheese, I have ground beef, I have onions, I have ranch, I have bell peppers, eggs, and hot sauce. This is ChatGPT. Claude is a professor. Claude is a very smart professor. Gemini is a worldly smart professor. ChatGPT is Joe Rogan. Real talk. Smarter than Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan at the same time, right? Because of the way it speaks to you, right? Because of the way that it knows you, it takes time, it asks you questions. That's who ChatGPT is. Claude is to the point, right? Gemini has the world of Google behind it. And then you have ChatGPT, which is the amalgamation of all those different ones, right? So, Joe Rogan, 2 professors. That's the way I like to look at it. It just depends. It just depends. So notice, and I put here, notice the flexibility. This is pickleball. There's no one service that's going to give you what you want. I'm building a couple of things right now. One is a healthcare app using AI, right? And the interesting thing about that is now I'm getting everything built. My back end is going to look different depending on the information that I actually need. If I need something that's more conversational, then I'm going to use the AI from ChatGPT. If I need something that's going to be able to delineate all the information that I've given to it, I'm going to use Claude, right? If I need something that's going to be able to look at medical terms, I'm going to use Gemini, right? I can't tell you exactly which one. That's a whole nother training because then it gets to how they're built, what they're trained on, and everything else. But that's the flexibility. You don't just use one thing, you use multiple things, right? Multiple tools.
Any suggestions for, if you're re-renovating your restroom and you need suggestions for style and design?
I probably go Google because Google's also pulling from YouTube. What does YouTube have?
What was the question?
For like design, like if you're designing a new bathroom.
Yeah, you're renovating your bathroom. I recently designed my entire office just using Claude and Perplexity.
Yeah.
And it just gave me sort of, I took pictures of my office and said, hey, I'm a travel writer. I want my office to reflect more of me being a travel writer. And here are some of the things that I have in terms of creative assets. And put that in there, sort of turn yourself into an interior designer. And it gave me a whole printout of what my office could look like based off of the creative assets that I currently have in my profession.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Have you changed your office yet?
I have. I started
Okay.
and built out a step-by-step plan. So for this week, I'll just put up frames. For the next week, I'll do this. But also put out, something that I can manage and don't feel overwhelmed. And I can do it over a steady period of time. But built the entire thing out for me in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe less.
And
So you're done about it. Yeah, I am.
yeah, I know, right? He will. Trust me, he will. We'll make sure you follow him afterwards because he has a Black Travel media company. That's absolutely amazing. It speaks to everybody in travel, but it's specifically for African Americans. Absolutely stunning, some of the trips and stuff. Real quick, Leroy, last 2 trips that you've taken are?
And I do use AI a lot in my work. So I do manage a travel media brand. We publish a print and digital magazine. We produce our own travel shows, podcasts here based in San Antonio, and we do events as well. And I do use AI a lot in our company, but mostly for making sure that I am operating as a CEO, right? Operating as an operator and not focusing on the day-to-day tasks.
Yeah.
But then also using that to make sure my team understands what they're doing and we're all sort of connected on the same page. But the last 2 trips, did a project in the Netherlands and Belgium, and then most recently did one in Morocco.
This was all within the last 6 months, right? And he uses AI, right? We're not even going to touch on agents yet. Have y'all started learning? Not yet. Yeah, agents. Agents are agents are going to be your second brain. Agents going to be the second you that allows for you to move a lot faster and do a lot more fun things in life. That's where, and that's where we're going. So there's 2 major things right now. Agents are being pushed out, and then what AI lacks on our level is memory. That's the next big thing for AI is memory. All right, so let's go ahead and hit go on that. And this is ChatGPT. Very similar look of Claude, very similar look of Gemini. Don't look at what I've actually searched already. I didn't think about that. I saw his eyes dart to the side of the screen like, Come on, dude, let's slide. Or close the sidebar, there we go. All right. Okay, so hit and then you gotta have to drag over. So just real quick. So here are the product requirements for Stitch. Actually, don't we have one more? That's the last demo? Yeah, that was the last one. Okay. So we're gonna go back to Stitch. All right. So product requirements, all in one life tracker. So this is what it would look like on your phone. Again, I gave it a prompt, it gave me all of this. So you're gonna, if you click here and then drag over. No, just you're gonna drag the whole board over. Is it not? There we go. All right, so good morning, Alex. So look, from one prompt. Now, why is it special? You can give this to your designer. You can give this to your copywriter. And it speeds up how quickly it takes to create an app. Anybody familiar with Figma? Figma, okay, so everybody knows Photoshop, or heard of Photoshop, right? A lot of people design stuff in Photoshop. Figma is specifically for web pages because you can get down to the pixel. It's just another company, right? There was a void that they saw. So I can export this into Figma, and then I can give this to my designer. My designer can work off of this.
Out of curiosity, are you able to also like reference the site and then say, based on this?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So okay. So the seedy underbelly of AI, yeah, right, is that I can take a site that I like or an app that I like, and I can drop a screenshot in here, and it'll take the colors, the layout, and the design and make something similar to it, right, without even a prompt, right? So what do y'all think about this? Jeez.
So I do wonder, because all of this use towards AI.
Yes.
We talk about all these data centers that are needed, all the water that's being used.
Mm-hmm.
Are there ways to use AI in a economically responsible way?
Yes, and can we put a pin on that? And when you see the slide, that we're actually going to talk about that.
Thank you. All
right?
Right.
I understand the conversations around AI that happen. I understand the conversations in the media that happen around AI, and I don't want to skirt over that because that is very important. My two daughters, 28, Okay. My two daughters, 28 and 26, never let me forget about the environment when it comes to AI, right? Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, so Google AI Studio, enable Firebase. This will probably be the last one that we look at. Go next. The next slide. Okay. Somebody said, how do you pay for your tools? Use somebody else's Netflix password. A lot of the tools are right around $20 right now. When you start getting into crazy things and you want to start using it more and iterating more, you're going to have to save money somewhere, right? So if you have the disposable income to do it, pay for the tools. Right now, I pay $200 a month for Claude, right? I know.
Just for Claude?
Just for Claude. However, I was able to do 3 of these in less than 3 hours. Do a PowerPoint that looks like this in less than 2 hours. 1, I did 3, right? So, and plus, this is only available in your top tier. They're going to release it for everybody, but it's only available in your top tier. And what I don't think a lot of people are realizing, you're training AI. Every time you use AI, you're training AI, right? So right now, this is in the training piece. So cancel Netflix, spend an hour asking AI how it changes your business, your clients, and your edge. You don't need to be a deep techno expert, right? I can tell you about LLMs, large language models, right? I can tell you about MCPs. I can tell you CLI. There's a lot of stuff I could tell you. Doesn't matter to you. But if you want to learn it, then you can go and find it. Okay? So seriously, on the cancel Netflix, take an hour out. This is your life, people. Right? We're not going back unless there's an EMP and blah, 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 and we're in the movie and everything goes dead, and then you couldn't even find your way to work because everybody uses their GPS, right? So it doesn't even matter. Police couldn't find anywhere. Can you read a map, by the way? No shade, no shade. I'm just. You're right. Who has ever taken a road trip and had a book that was a map that you had to look at the coordinates? Okay, more than I can imagine. That's pretty good, right? So you all be able to find your way to the grocery store. Everybody else is going to be at your front door, right? But yeah, so that's one of those things, like, this is life. Whether we like it or not, this is life, right? And some people will lose their jobs. It'll open up a whole nother industry for other people, right? And it depends on what side you want to be on that. And hopefully today what we're doing will spark your interest on where to go, right? Okay, again, you just need to actively learn every day. I spend 2 to 3 hours right? I wake up, I go to sleep with this stuff, right? It's too much of my time, but I also know how important it is, right? Okay, next slide, please, and thank you. Okay, I'm gonna have to send this to you all, but this is probably one of the most important slides. It's how do you transform your LinkedIn from a boring LinkedIn to something that's pretty damn cool. I have a very long prompt that you have to answer a few questions. You dump that into, I would say probably Gemini or ChatGPT, unless you want to sound a little bit drier. Then you go to Claude, right? Oh, it's just real, I'm serious. Like, Claude is dry. And then this will give you an amazing, amazing prompt for, or an amazing outline for your LinkedIn profile, okay? And whoever followed me on LinkedIn, don't judge me because I haven't used this prompt yet. I still like to do some real stuff, right? I don't want AI to do everything for me. Not yet. We're gonna do a lot of shit. We should work out for me too. Oh, by the way, you know how they say never trust a skinny cook?
Yeah. Recording of this call has stopped.
Okay. Oh. You're right.
This call is being recorded.
Okay. Never trust a skinny AI guy because he's not spending enough time in front of his computer, right? And I am starting to work out. That's a whole nother story. So, and if you do want to work out, ChatGPT is amazing. Gemini, those things are amazing for that knowledge of what you want to do, your macros, how you want to work out, how you want to stay flexible. Absolutely amazing. Light-eyed Indian guy that is a motivational speaker. Jay Shetty.
Yeah.
All right, write this down real quick. This will also be in the notes. Jay Shetty, ChatGPT can change your life, right? He gives you, I think it's 10 steps to actually go through, so AI will hold up that mirror in front of your face and scare the living hell out of you of how you've been living your life. Jay Shetty, S-H-E-T. If you just put Jay Shetty in, it'll find it. He's the only one. And you can't miss him. He's one of the most gorgeous people in the world. So, all right. So I'll send this to you. This is the LinkedIn piece. Next shot.
So that will what?
It'll write a LinkedIn profile for you.
Gotcha.
Right? Okay. Find the signals and the sources. Product Hunt is my New York Times. Before I go to bed, when I wake up in the morning, I go to producthunt.com to see what the latest AI tools are out there. Just doing that alone will set you ahead of everybody else. Anybody ever hear of N8N or automation tools? There's an automation tool out there that's called Twin, T-W-I-N, automation. You can type in, I wanted you to summarize my emails 5 times a day. It will literally go out, ask you for permissions for your Microsoft Office, Google Workspace, and it'll summarize your emails for you and send them to you once a day. Right? So take a look at Twin, and they also get 1,000 credits for free on Twin. Okay. Oh, what time is it right now? Okay. We may go over a little bit, but that's fine. All right. All right. There's an AI for that. Longest damn domain name in the world. But trust me, there's an AI for that. Anything you can imagine. Design, photos, weight loss, dinner, dating. There's an AI app for it. Somebody's putting out there. The biggest differentiator between the apps that are out there right now is a lot to do with, is it slop? Oh, AI slop. I mentioned it to you all in the back. Who was talking about Fiesta and the flyers all look like crap? Right? They all look the same because they were feeding in the exact same prompt and it all looked the same. When I first did this presentation, it looked like AI slop. It was that purple with the white, with the gradient. And I'm like, you know? And so AI slop is a real thing. All the dancing cat videos, dancing Obama hugging Trump, all that shit, that's AI slop. Somebody's making money off of it, right? But it's not going to help you keep your job as we scroll through TikTok, right? Or Instagram or wherever else. It's not going to help you keep your job. And that, so AI slop is a real thing, okay? There's one of the Pope. People shared it. This was a year ago. And the Pope came out. They had the Pope in a big white quilted coat, right? First of all, you've never seen the Pope wear anything like that. So that should have been number one, right? But, oh well. But just use your common sense. And please, people, please, 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 spend 2 minutes researching. Don't just share everything you see. Left, right, good, bad, indifferent. Come on. Just research. Go ahead.
Is there a Snopes for AI?
I saw one yesterday on Product Hunt. I didn't have a chance to like look at it, but they're starting. You're going to see more and more of them out there. Okay, GitHub. If you want to go technical, you go to GitHub. Speaking of tech, if you remember when Facebook, they had chat, but it wasn't really good, right? And it became better and better and better. It's because they co-opted open source technology. A lot of the things that you're seeing out there has been developed by somebody that looks like us sitting in a room somewhere, some geek or some nerd, and then they do what's called fork. They take the code, they put it in, and it's not even proprietary. Anybody can use it, but they've used that thing. So GitHub allows for you to take code that you've never seen before or that you want to build something off of. That's what GitHub is, right? X. Regardless of what you think about Elon Musk, regardless of what you think about anything else, this spot for AI is amazing. And I've had to suspend, I'll just be honest, I've had to suspend a lot of things I believe because this keeps me tied in to what's going on. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to pay the $11.99. You don't have to use Gronk. You don't have to follow anybody. Just X. X is pretty damn good, surprisingly. And then YouTube. Good Lord, people. Yeah. YouTube is amazing. Next slide, please. Oh, was that? You jumped. One more back.
Damn AI. I know, right?
Use the. One more. One more. Okay, this is huge. Oh, forward. Okay, perfect. Debugging the hype. Okay, no worries. Uh-oh, the heavy hitters coming. I got to wrap everything up here. Debugging the hype. This is the most important thing in the world. Every time somebody says something about AI, you get a click. Every single time. So if Sam Altman, who is or was, is he still the chair of OpenAI? Right? He talks about the new fast AI, or it's going to take your jobs or whatever else. That is a headline that somebody in PR wrote for them, so you will read more about his company, and his stock value generally will try to go up because that's what they do, right? I'm not saying water and electricity is not important. I'm saying it's not AI's fault. How many people in here have cell phones? Did y'all care about electricity 2 years ago when you're charging multiple cell phones? I'm not saying what you're thinking is not valid. I'm saying the reality of it is this has been a long time coming. Now, what we have to do and what we get to do is we get to hold our city officials, our county officials, our state officials accountable. There's no reason to open up a data center, say in Cibolo, on the outskirts of Cibolo, right, and not ask for them to use solar energy so my bills don't go up, right? The water thing, right? We've been in a drought in South Texas regardless of AI. Why don't we have desalinization plants that have been going on in the United States for a long time, right? If you do have a body of water, why is that AI data center not underwater, which is a real thing, right? Why not take the water and recycle that water, the steam that comes off of the servers, and then use that water? These are things that we have to hold our public officials and not blame AI. Yes, we can blame AI. I get it. I do, right? But this is nothing new, all right? But how do we do it? City officials, right? We're electing them. They need to know and hear our voice that we want these places to be use the latest technology. And guess what? If you type in AI and you say how to save water and how to save electricity, AI tells you how to do it, right? So why are we not following that? Because it's greed. We want to be the first ones to this space, right? Okay, the hype of the money. When you start searching on AI on Google, on YouTube and on X, it'll tell you make $10,000 next month, right? Or in 5 days. But the technology just came out 2 weeks ago, right? So look at the hype. If it seems too good to be true, it is, right? You're not gonna build anything on AI and just jump into it. It's not gonna happen. Lovable and Friends. Just like Google AI Studio that we had, that we're showing, these things are inherently really good because they build something for you, but they never build the entire thing. It's not the security, right? It's not the back end a lot of times, unless you know what you're doing. And a lot of times it's the front end, and then the words could be spelled. So Lovable and Friends, which are AI builders, are not all the hype. And they're set up to have you spend more and more tokens and more credits. And you're using a cheaper AI model. You're not using the best and the fastest AI model because their number one thing is profits. Okay? So that's the hype around AI. So just think about that as you're perusing AI. Next slide. Jake, I know you need to come up. Are you good on time right now? Okay, cool. All right, so the toothbrush test. In your company, what do you want to build? Yes, ma'am. Okay.
And like using free sources, that concerns me because of what information I've given it.
Right.
And like, is there a difference like by paying for the paid version or the data I'm inputting into it?
From what I understand, that your paid version, I feel that the paid versions are more secure, but I haven't read the free version, right? So I know the paid version is not trained on your data that you're putting in, right? But some way, shape, or form, they are training on the data. I don't know how they're doing it, but it's probably not tied to you. It's very similar to Gmail, right? Remember Gmail used to serve up ads all the time, right? Very similar to that. They're still training on the data, okay? Listen, privacy is privacy is privacy. I know we want to share a lot of this stuff, but like I want AI to crack into my account and improve my credit, please. You know, and so that's where I look at it. So, and again, I'm a little bit more freer with my data and my stuff than a lot of other people. Okay, so the toothbrush test. Build ethically, solve real problems for billions of people. Build something that people need to use daily. Solve a massive problem and the money will follow. They say the toothbrush test because a lot of people brush their teeth 2 times a day. Do something that people need 2 times a day. Right? That's why dating apps are so popular. Flip through, flip through, flip through, right? Oh, that's one date. I need another date. Had a friend of mine years ago. Quick story. She did not pay for a meal for a month when she was online dating. She had dinner and she had lunch. And breakfast, lunch, and dinner, dating online, right? So obviously dating is something everybody wants to do, right? So things to think about. Does anybody use this daily, every day? Does it solve a real world problem? Could it serve 1 billion people? Would I be proud to ship it? And is the harm contained, right? Next slide. One more thing. Google has already released, I don't know if they talked about it or not, but one of the things that actually cuts the amount of tokens and the amount of energy in half because they've been able to take the model and make it so much smaller. These things are already happening and they're happening a lot quicker than we can ever imagine. Okay, we're not gonna have time for this right now. But what I'd like for you to do is we'll send you an email, a recap, and use AI to help what's called Alice and see what ideas we can come up with. So we're gonna go to the next slide. 42% of people are what are considered Alice in Texas. That's asset limited, income constrained, and employed. So these are people that are working really, really hard. but they're not able to make it over the hump. And that's one of the things the United Way helps with, right? So we'll send you a prompt, and we would love for you to look at the prompt, give us ideas, and send them back. But we'll do that on the email that goes out. All right, next slide. Human vision, better tools, that's leadership now. It's kind of simple, people. It's a lot to learn. It's a lot to take in. I take in a lot of this stuff. I forget more than I actually learn. But I've probably seen a tool or a way to do it within a small company, a big company, or for photographers, or for musicians, right? It depends on how much you want to use it, and then what more you can do. If it could save you 5 hours a week, and your time's worth $100, that's $500 a week you're saving, but you may have to spend $300. What's your return on investment? My name is Guylan, like nylon with a G. I have sweated out of my cap. This was fun. I want to turn it over to Jake, and then I'll come back and tie it all together.
All right, everybody, let's give Guylan a hand. So, like you said, my name is Jake LeBron. I am a director here at PWC in our cybersecurity practice. I'm very excited to have the United Way, Guylan and team here, and to talk about this. The partnership that we have with the United Way is awesome. The Emerging Leaders program is awesome, and I'm super excited that we hosted something about AI. I deal with AI every day in my job. I can tell you that our leadership in every one of our clients or every one of our companies that we work for is talking about this at the board level, right? This is a huge focus on how do we keep data secure? How do we enable our people without, not over empowering, but like oversharing the data that's going out there, right? And these are all problems that I'm fortunate enough to get to help with every day. So this is awesome to see you all. We built this office. This office is a year old now. We built this office just for this, to host big events like this, so we're very excited. Mark West is our office managing partner. He's not here today, but he said to send his regards. I think that's all I've got. I just wanted to say hi, and if there's any questions that y'all have, Guylan will be around after this. I'm also more than happy to talk AI for hours.
Yes.
So please. But thank you all for coming. I do appreciate it.
All right, give me 5 more minutes. Google AI Studio. What did we build? Did we build something Google AI Studio? Let's see. Is it still thinking?
There's just a lot to work with.
Yeah. It's actually starting.
Now, we did build it out with Perplexity.
Okay, let's do Perplexity.
So this is the list.
There's your list. There's your list. Now, after you build this list, what do you still need to do? Double check the data, right? So there's all your information right there. Look, my name's up top. I'm just joking. Right?
I think it's interesting that they're contacted via Instagram DM.
There's our cheesy bilf and pepper skillet. Right?
Excuse me, Guylan?
Yes.
The concern is how you don't always necessarily know what to enter or what to ask for in order
Correct.
to give you. So is there like a tip or tool?
You know, Raul, we were kind of going back and forth about like, what is the prompt? I would argue the easiest thing to do at this point is say, go back to, is that San Antonio company, right? Is that AI Cowboy? Go back to the mill real quick. Okay. I hear what you're saying. And it makes sense. However, this was 20 words. Scroll down. Keep on. And this is what we got. Right? Look, there's another one. One more.
So ask.
That was, yeah. Scroll down a little bit more.
How should I ask you this question?
Right. So ask AI to give you the AI prompt.
Yeah.
Right? So when I did the, not the proposal, when I did the slide deck, the very first one I had was, like I said, AI slop. I went out, I saw something else. I said, give me a terminal view, make it bold, and I rewrote all my notes using myself and AI. That's what I got, right? So there is no one way to write a prompt. There is no one good way or bad way to write a prompt. I spent so much time on prompts, going back and forth, asking AI, so is this what you're saying? Is this what you're saying? Stop agreeing with me, by the way. I have told AI, stop agreeing with me. You agree with every damn idea that I have, right? Stop agreeing with me. Tell me more about what can happen. Tell me more about this piece, right? You still have to be an active participant in AI.
That is an issue with AI. Sometimes it just turns to a yes man.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Notice in chat there's like an inherent bias towards the user. Like,
Yes.
Is that like uniform across all of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of them. Right. Well, and the other thing is beautiful shoes, beautiful hair. Where's the redhead at? Oh, he's out there. Good looking redhead guy. Look at this guy. Shirt looks great on him, right? Beautiful eyes. I love my buddy's hat. Imagine if we lived in a world like that, where we compliment everybody rather than tearing everybody down. So damn it, if AI is going to make me feel good on a daily basis, let it go. Why not? Why do we feel the need to, and I'm ending here, why do we feel the need to be beat down? What did I start off by telling you all? You all are the visionaries. I love you. Nina's known me long enough, Leroy and Catalina. Whenever I leave them and I see them, the last thing they generally hear from me is, I love you. Why not? So if AI is going to be like, let's look ourselves in the mirror and realize why we don't want that positive affirmation all the time. Now, it can be a lot, right? Damn it, every idea that I have is not a great idea. AI is just getting me to spend more money and more tokens. Yeah. But at the same time, you're onto something. It works. Because when you tell your friends, they're not going to support you. Open a business, see how many friends you still have. Right? Exactly. So I'll land, as they say, my plane here or crash my helicopter. Again, I love each and every one of you. This has been fun. I hope I sparked your interest. I trust that I sparked your interest. I trust that you're all going to do great things in your jobs with or without AI. Everybody in the break room, love you too. Thank you all. We're done.
Has everyone, just super quick, I promise, last announcement. My name's Raul with
Did we miss
PWC,
one?
also
No.
part of the Emerging Leaders
Is this
Program.
that one?
Thank everybody so much for coming by. As you're exiting, please feel free to take more of the croissants that we had. The coffee guys are still there. Feel free to take some back out. And if you see Laisha with the gray Bardo top, Gabby and Laisha in the front in the blue, just give them a big thanks because they also helped us put this together. So thank you all so much.
And I lied. There's one more thing. All right, write this down or type it into your phone. bit.ly/BeyondTheBot2026. bit.ly/BeyondTheBot2026. I built an app that gives you a professional headshot.
Oh, cute.
So if you stand in front of the mirror, you take a picture, you upload it, you will have four different choices for a professional headshot. Beyond the bot.
But does it look like AI did it?
Of course you can tell. Yeah. Of course you can tell.
Just like, ew, I know that's AI.
Here, we'll do yours real quick. Hold on.
We didn't hire a professional.
Yeah. I'm the same way on shit.
Yeah. It makes me angry.
Dulce Abundis from Broadway Bank.
Yes.
And you're going to see my name in one of those motivational speakers up there at top 10.
Awesome.
I sent you a LinkedIn connection. Please accept that.
Will do.
And I love the story. I've been in AI mode since last weekend.
Gotcha.
I'm taking coaching certification with Tony Robbins.
Okay, very cool.
And
I'm creating an app for coaches right now.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So I would love to connect. I will see how we can collaborate in this space.
Okay.
And I love that you end your presentation with love.
Got you.
One
There's
thing
no
that
other way
I
to do it.
always recommend and what I told them is when it comes to